Alright guys, welcome to another episode of the Weekend Car Guy. For today's episode, we're going to be showing you guys how to ceramic coat your wheels. For today, we're going to be using the product that we're going to be using today. It's the C-Quartz Deluxe. So this is basically what the product looks like. Alright, so this bottle is enough to give you actually for all four wheels. It really depends how many applications you actually put on it. Normally you want to do a couple light coats, but in essence, take your time, be patient, right? And this does go a long way. As a matter of fact, this should even be enough to do all four wheels, and you'll probably have a little bit left over. Okay. All right. So first steps first. The first step, basically, we're gonna make sure that we have a clean wheel. In this case, these ones have not been mounted on the car, so basically they're brand new. So from that sense, there's no contaminants or anything like that. That being said, you still do want to go ahead and do some kind of cleaning, because they do have oils, they have different things on them that basically will not let the bonding of the ceramic coat happen the way it's supposed to happen. So that being said, I already took care of that for this wheel. Basically, you can use anything like Chemical Guys Clean Slate. You can just wash them. Even rubbing alcohol, just do a swipe of that and let it dry, and basically that should take care of any oils or anything else, any contaminants that are still attached to the wheel. Once that's done, I always like to still take a rag, microfiber preferably, just wipe it down, try to get rid of any dust, anything that's still sitting there. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of all that. All right, so we're going to start off by doing the face of the wheel, and then we're going to go ahead and do the barrel inside. Now, when we do the barrel, we're not going to be doing the entire barrel, just to the reason that since it doesn't have a tire mounted on, when they actually do the balancing, they normally put the weights either on the inner portion of the barrel or the outer portion. So obviously we don't want to put the ceramic coating on there, because basically that might actually affect the adhesive on the actual weights when they're actually doing the balancing. All right, so we're going to concentrate mostly on the face of the wheel, but basically the process is the same thing as you do the barrel. Okay. All right, so this wheel is pretty much spotless, nice and clean. All right, so normally the kit comes with this applicator, basically, and you have the little claws that they give you. Normally give you around 4 of them. They expect you to use 1 per wheel. Basically, what you're gonna do, you're gonna go ahead and take it like this, wrap it around the applicator as such. Okay. This is actually like a little foam pad. So what it does, it actually soaks up some of the ceramic coating. So as you're putting it on, you're applying it on the wheel, it is actually gonna kind of squeeze it out, almost like a wash sponge. But basically, as you guys can tell, I'm basically soaking it all up. This is basically a fair amount of that. You don't want to do the entire wheel at once. You're gonna do it section at a time. Normally, what I like to do with this amount is I usually like to do the edging, and of course, depending on the design of the wheel, this is gonna differ. But basically, since this one, it's a pretty open concept type wheel, it's a lot easier for you to go ahead and do it, most of it in one pass. All right, so we're doing the details on here. Next touch. All right, once we do that, we're going to concentrate into the bigger pieces. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Make sure that you're covering every little section, every little angle. All right, we're going to do this one now. So like I mentioned, with that amount of ceramic coat that we put on there, that's enough to do maybe about a quarter of the wheel. I'm not gonna say half the wheel, but we'll do about a quarter. All right. So basically, we're looking at 3 spokes per se. All right. Again, we're trying to cover every little crevice that's on there. The ceramic coating. Again, the intent is that you want to have the entire wheel covered. Okay. All right. So that's done there. So once that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit more. So that's actually going to give us about a minute or so while we do the other sections. So we can go ahead and come back now with a microfiber towel and basically buff it out. Basically, flash time is anywhere between 1 minute to 3 minutes. And again, we're going to do 2 sections at a time. And we'll make sure that everything's covered. Again, ceramic coating is not that complicated, so do not be afraid. The process itself is very simple. On wheels, it's very forgiving. I think on paint, it's a little bit of a stronger process, harder process, but again, on wheels, very, very forgiving. Again, the consistency is a little bit different on this, so it makes it a little bit easier for you to go ahead and put it on. All right, just make sure that every time you put it on the applicator, you pour it, then cap it back up, because it does dry pretty quick. And if it dries, you just throw away basically your bottle of ceramic coating. All right. Yeah, we're doing all the crevices. All right, and obviously I'm doing it with the applicator right now. We are going to do one more pass though without the actual foam applicator for those little crevices that obviously the big piece will not get into. So again, we want to make sure that we have complete coverage of every single surface that's on there. That's going to give us the best protection, obviously. All right, and it doesn't matter if you already did this section and you do it again. It doesn't harm it. As a matter of fact, I always like to do that just as a safeguard and make sure that I did not forget to do any of the sections in the wheel. All right, so that's been done. You should like to do this. Still on the applicator. Do that. Use this to go into the small spaces like so. Again, I want to make sure that we're covering every single little surface up there. Again, this is really hard to do with that big piece, that big applicator. Again, so I'm going to do it with your fingers. Very important also, if you guys can tell, I am wearing gloves. This stuff, the chemicals actually not good for your skin. So make sure that you're wearing gloves as we do this. It actually feels cold to the touch, but that coldness is actually skin burning, so you do not want to do it. Okay. Alright, so this one's already cured, it's already flashed on the big pieces. So we're going to take a microfiber towel, not this one, I already used that one to clean. Another one right here, let's start with this. Start pushing out parts of the other side. The reality is that once you know when it's done, because basically as you're doing this, it's going to feel nice and smooth. It's going to feel very slippery, almost like you just wax the wheel. As a matter of fact, you can still wax the wheel if you like to. I know some people that do after they ceramic coated them, and it just gives you another layer of protection on the wheels, and it definitely makes it a lot easier to clean when it's time to clean them. Okay, now we're going to go into the smaller sections. Again, cure time is usually about a minute. Everything out. Alright, if you still have some leftover material, it doesn't hurt if you want to do another coat. Again, the more you put on it, the more protection you're going to get. You don't want to go crazy, obviously you don't want to go overboard with it, but ultimately, you do want to protect it as much as you can. Alright, and basically that is the entire process for ceramic coating. Again, very simple, very straightforward. Just repeat it a couple times and you're going to repeat the same process for every single wheel, basically. Alright, now we're going to do the inside barrel of the wheel. Again, the process is exactly the same as in the front. You just go ahead and take applicator, a little bit of the C-Quartz ceramic coating. Again, put a nice decent amount in there. The reality is that for the barrel, you don't have to do it by sections like you did the front. Reason being is, again, this doesn't have as many details. I mentioned to you guys, I'm only doing the centerpiece of the barrel. I am not doing the entire barrel, being the fact that it doesn't have any tires on there, so the weights are going to go on there. So again, I don't want them flying out. You don't want it to be damaging the wheel as it comes off. All right, and that's basically it. Again, the process is very simple, very straightforward. Once it cures, give it about a minute, and then we can go ahead and buff it out, and that's all there's to it. Hope you enjoy this type of content, and if you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe. All right, leave your comments below.